Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Let me get this mic right. Go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. Hey, we got the jobs report coming in a couple of minutes. You guys know how this go. We've been through this many times before, and we're going to go through it again. We're going to see how the markets react. Make sure you check out the free stuff below. All right. Free stocks. The implied opening is still green. All right. But in 2 minutes, we're going to see what the real deal is. Hey, good morning. 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 I feel like Barney. I love you. All right. Good morning, good people. Good morning. All right. Hey, fam. Yep. Let's get this data so we can get this money. All right. So we got a minute. I'm going to go over here. Let's see.
That to continue the number that we're seeing today.
And then we're going to, hey, good morning. And we're going to chop it up after that. All right. You guys know how they do this. All right. So let's just go right into it and then we'll discuss later. Right.
The jobs creation for the month of December, 223,000. We continue to see these numbers get closer and closer to 200, but historically, these are still good numbers. And if we look at manufacturing payrolls increased about 8,000, darn close to expectations. 3.5% on the unemployment rate, 3.5%. That equals the best levels we've seen post-COVID, historically unbelievably good. And of course, if you're looking at the Fed, maybe it's unbelievably bad in that twisted relationship we now have due to the Fed raising rates, trying to slow down the economy. If we look at average hourly earnings, up 0.3%. Half of last month's up 0.6, which actually now becomes only up 0.4. And if we look at year over year, up 4.6. That's a new low watermark going all the way back to August of 21 when it was 4.3. And if we look at the average work week, 34.3, which usurps 34.4 in the rearview mirror. That was the lowest level since April of 2020. So these are very important numbers to pay attention to as we continue to see deterioration on the work week. Labor force participation. Okay, I'm going to cheer this one, folks. 62.3. And so far in the rearview mirror, 62.1 unrevised. 62.3 is the best number since the high water mark, which was August at 62.4. And we had several of those, I believe. I think we also had one in March of 22 at 62.4. So that is very good news. And if we look at the underemployment rate, okay, so U3, as I pointed out, is 3.5%. U6 is 6.5%. That's also a new low with respect to the U6. It had been at 6.7. And just to let everybody know, the employment rate prior to the COVID was at 3.1%? I'm sorry, it was 3.5%. So we're exactly equal now. Wages were 3.1, and even though this wage number is definitely a bit of a disappointment, especially on the year-over-year number at 4.6, it's still light years above where we were pre-COVID. We need to keep that in context. And very quickly, everybody's talking about tech and all the layoffs. The Wall Street Journal had some interesting numbers today. Tech represents 2%. Labor force, roughly, let's talk about people working 150. Your hospitality restaurants, about 15.5 million. Government workers, about 21.5 million, just to put a face on it. Joe and the panel, back to you.
All right, Jason, I'll get to you in a second. Let me just ask Tyler for some comments on this. We haven't talked to Tyler yet this morning. What do you think, Tyler?
Well, I wish we'd had time beforehand. I think my pre-estimate was 215.
Oh, sure.
And I was going to say that I'm going to be looking at any sign and looking for any signs of easing, both on the supply and the demand side. And the demand side is going to be looking for what's happening to average hourly earnings and what's happening to average hours. And on the supply side, what's happening to the composition of flows into employment? How many of these new workers are we pulling from unemployment? How many are we pulling from out of the labor force? On all three of those indicators, two on the demand side, one on the supply side, I think it's some encouraging signs of a loosening labor market.
Yeah, I think the key here, the markets, if you saw the futures take off, that's because the average hourly earnings came in not nearly as hot as they had been last month. That's the key. If you're looking at average hourly earnings up, that tells the Fed that they have to really continue to push pedal to the metal on this. Want to get to Jason?
Yep, Jason?
Yeah, so it's not just average hourly earnings in December. There were large downward revisions to October and November. Last month, there were unusually large upward revisions, now unusually large downward revisions. When I was looking at the data a month ago, it looked like the pace of wage growth was like 5.5%. Now, over the last 3 months, it's an annualized rate of 4.1%. That would be consistent with about a 3% inflation rate, which is what we're seeing in the price data. All of these data are starting to line up a little bit better. But these big revisions, the upward last month.
Sorry, the estimate was 200,000 jobs, but we came in at 223. So employment seems to be loosening, all right? Unemployment seems to be loosening, or should I say employment seems to be loosening. What is interesting is the employment rate was 3.5 pre-COVID, and now we're back at 3.5. So the market actually likes the fact that employment seems to be cooling off. The irony of that is that these are real jobs. And so here we are rooting for lower numbers and lower household income and lower pay. And so that's one of the reasons why this is so awkward, because we are rooting for you and I, our mothers and sisters, brothers, uncles, and neighbors. We're rooting for them to be unemployed. I'm going to talk about that in a video later today. It's just weird, this whole deal. Let's see where we're at. Bitcoin's down. It's just weird that we have to root for these numbers. See here, look at the Dow. It's just weird that we're rooting for people to be unemployed. We're rooting for job wages to cool off and come down. And here's another thing that's weird. Employers are paying more per hour for good talent while at the same time laying off. So they're paying someone new to come in and do your job a higher rate while they're laying two of you guys off. So they'll hire one in. Well, right now they're hiring, they're replacing. But it's going to come down to the point this year where they're going to be replacing two with one. That's what's sad, right? And that's the Fed's job right now. And so that is, it's just weird that we sit here and we root for unemployment. It's just, I'll talk about that later. Okay. Yep. And no speaker. Yep. No speaker. No speaker. That's crazy that we still don't have a speaker. I think McCarthy has lost 11 or 12 times now. He has no votes. And that's just another problem to show how dysfunctional this government is. Regardless if you're Democrat or Republican, they're not for the people, they're for the party. You guys could buy all of the crap from both sides you want, but that is the truth. Nothing gets done. We pay the price. One of these days, we're going to wake up and realize that middle class America is shrinking. Middle class America that buys the houses, that have an income of around 55 nationwide, 55K, that is shrinking. It's going to eventually be rich or poor. I know I sound like a conspiracist, but check it out. It doesn't matter where you live in what country, that's where things are headed. Dow is fighting back now, but you and I are not going to fall for the okie doke. You and I are going to get some of this money because, believe it or not, That wealth transfer is going on right now. All of this is by design. Look at this, good people. Look at that. And so every morning before job numbers, every morning before the FOMC meeting, every morning before the numbers come out about inflation, CPI, Consumer Price Index, have you guys noticed that every time before they come out, market runs up? And unfortunately, some people start buying in the night before, and then it tanks, and then it goes down, they lose their money, and then they cash out. And so this is why it's important to learn. The more you learn, the more you earn, because you see how this goes. Now, if you're doing option plays, you can actually make money on these reports, right? So this morning, I'm going to leave it a little short. Yep, they're for themselves. And one of these days, you guys are going to wake up, quit going and storming the capitals like some idiots. And on the other side, quit saying it's those guys, it's those guys, it's those guys. All the Republicans are wrong and all the Democrats are right. You know what? I'm just telling you guys, leave these parties and fight for the people. Screw these parties. Fight for the people. Look at these indices. They're going up now. And we're celebrating the fact that you have less jobs. We're celebrating the fact that it's going the other way. We're celebrating the fact that your employer is going to start paying you less and laying you off. And we're going to celebrate the fact that the household incomes are going to go down and the market goes up. And remember this, who owns 83% of the stock market? Institutions. That's right. Institutions, millionaires and billionaires. All right. Sorry, but those are facts. All right. So I'm going to keep it real. Yep. That's my house payment. I didn't see that. Yeah. I'm going to address this. Listen, I'm going to tell you this. There's a YouTuber talking, stuff about me. Listen, I'm going to tell you this. Every single bear market, every single recession, people that tell the truth get attacked. You guys get ready. I am going to get attacked this year more than anything. I keep it straight. I tell the truth. And when people come in and attack, you got people that follows Keenan's page, my page, Mo's page. They're going to come and they literally wake up early to come onto the lives and all of that. But I want you guys to always do this. My dad used to tell me this. Consider the source. Consider the source and consider why. I'm telling you guys to invest in good blue chip companies. I'm showing you guys that are new how to create real, true generational wealth, right? And so why would people attack? Because they don't want you to get this information. But you know what? I don't care what they say. I'm not leaving you guys until we get to the promised land. And the promised land is to the new bull market. So let them talk. Taylor Swift. Shake it off. All right. So what now? We got a good weekend. Listen, these are the days that we're going to be just daily looking at what's happening. Tesla is also, somebody's asking about Tesla. Tesla is tanking in the pre-markets. Let's look at Tesla. Look at Tesla, good people. Look at Tesla in the pre-markets. Here, let me blow this up for you. Look at Tesla in the pre-markets, good people. Tesla right now is 101.98. You guys see that? Tesla is 101.98, right? Tesla is tanking. Tesla's tanking, y'all. That Tesla's tanking. Tesla will probably be under $100 by Monday, if not today. And that's what I want to tell you guys. Tesla is tanking, and look at the market. Look at the Dow. Look at the S&P. Look at the NASDAQ jumping, right? And so this is what I'm talking about. Yep, Tesla discount. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, good people. Those of us that have been patiently waiting and see what's coming on. I saw this a year ago, and I'm going to tell you that all of these new pages, I'm telling you, it's going to come up. I'm going to end by saying this. All of these new pages that's popping up that have not traded during a bear market, have not traded during a recession, the only thing they could do is say, I'm fighting for the people, and they're going to attack the people that do know, because they can't add any value. Be very careful who you take your information from, because here's some of the things that will happen. There will be a lot of people that are going to miss this opportunity of this wealth transfer, because misery loves company. It's easy, Hey, Keenan shot a dog, Larry slapped a cat, all of this crap. I'm just telling you guys, it is planned and it is a reason, right? But we're not falling for the okie doke. We're going to continue to make money. We made money in 2022 in a bear market. We killed it in 2021 and 2020. We killed it. And guess what? We're going to continue to repurpose and rebalance our portfolios. For those of you that are just in the hype stock, I'm going to work with you guys to rebalance these portfolios, which we've been doing. And then when the market takes off again, we're going to be loaded up with good companies at cheap prices. That's what we're going to do. But just like you can see with Tesla, I've been saying, hold off, hold off, hold off. And this is why. This is why. Tesla will probably get to 100 today. Look at that. With the Dow going up. And yes, I will research the reason why, but that's what I want to say to you guys this morning. All right. And these are facts. Okay. Hey, that's it. Rosemary, I'm keeping y'all informed. Look, we getting some of this money. We getting some of this money. Yeah, I'm out there. He said Larry out there slapping cats, comedian overtime. So this is Larry. Can someone invest in a Roth and a traditional? I don't think so, but I would check with your accountant. I don't think you can do both, right? Yeah. Yep. Hey, so China discounted Tesla? Okay. China discounts on Tesla. And just watch these discounts. I mean, look at the market. It's tight. It's taking off, man. It's taking off. Yeah, they're going to continue that. Now, there's nothing wrong with discounting Teslas now. Tesla is about to prepare to yet again announce a cheaper model. So watch out for that. It's okay to discount a car for a car company if it doesn't squeeze the margins. The margins is what's happening. So if their cost goes down by 5% and their cost goes down by 5%, that's all fair. But if the cost goes down and the margins get squeezed, that's not good. So we have to watch out for that. All right. Hey, good people, I'm going to leave it right there. Make sure you check out, download the 2 top links, get this free stuff. And I am going to talk to you later. It was a good morning for the market, but not good for jobs. Not good for jobs. All right. We'll talk about that later. Hey, have a blessed morning, a wonderful day. Be careful driving back and forth to work. Live, love, laugh, learn, and earn. We'll see you later. Let's see here. We got to do the desk green today. Let's see if I can do this. The desk It's going to end green today. Uh-oh. Y'all can see that I'm still trying to do all of this all on. Let's see if I could do this. I'm still learning this stuff. I am still learning this stuff. All right. It's a green day. There we go. All right. Love you guys. We'll see you later. Live, love, laugh, and learn.